Hello. Well, I am happy to announce that I have a sequel to my Jericho video. He is from the Canine beans. I spoke to him. It was a while back and I did a video. If you've not seen that, I suggest you go to my YouTube and listen to it so that you can understand what I'm about to tell you. So I did Bufo last night, and it has completely just blown me open to remembering so much stuff. And then today, during my eyelash appointment, as I'm laying there for 2 hours, I was just downloaded with so much information. I mean, just so much information. So please bear with me while I try to get all of this out in a timely and efficient manner. Okay, so to begin with, many people are asking me if we aren't meant to eat animals, then what about the animals who eat animals, okay? And awesome question, right? So of course I had to go in and meditate and get these answers and remember a lot of things, and a lot of things did come back to me, which I'm so grateful for, and that's why I love the medicine. Okay, so what I'm remembering is, for instance, we had to evolve to eat these animals, but what we did was we made an alliance with the animals so that we could survive. Because what happened is when the negative ETs came in and disrupted our unity consciousness, our Christ consciousness, the main tribes that were here keeping the positive energy and frequency alive on Mothership Earth, whenever that was interrupted, and those tribes, and we were sent all across the Earth and separated. That's where division began. Okay, and the negative ETs created the judgment and the fear and the shame and all of these things with our gifts. But we also knew that so the negative ETs are the elite in the world. Okay, I'm gonna try to get all this done. So the negative ETs are the elite. The elite still, as you can see, are wanting to have power over humans. The reason why they wanted the power over the humans is because they wanted us to be their slaves. Okay? And so when that happened, we had to create alliances with animals, because what they did is they separated our knowing with the plant life, okay? But here's the thing. Whenever the initial tribes came together consciously, created human life, created the beautiful world that we live in, the plants, we created the animals, all of it was for medicine. And all of the animal beings were here for their evolution as well, because what is big or what is small is big. So there's a larger being of all of the souls, right? So I talk more about that in my first video. So what happened is it became the negative ritualistic ways of blood sacrifices. The blood sacrifices feed the negative ETs. As most of you know, the elite are being shown, we're learning, we're remembering that everything that they have created in the lower dimensions, in 3D and below, are pretty much all negative, satanic if you will. It's the best way to explain it. It is just negative. And when we say negative, it's not like, oh, that's so negative. It's like, no, it's actually a negative frequency. It's a very low frequency that they want to keep us down in and keep our consciousness enclosed, hence why they use all the chemicals in the food, and they keep our pineal gland calcified so that we're not in tune with the truth, and that we don't raise our awareness and our consciousness. Okay, well that cycle has ended, and so we do not live in a linear time. Even though the program wants us to believe that. That's why they created the Gregorian calendar. That's why they say future and past. There is no future and there is no past. There is no linear. Everything is in a cycle. And right now we're cycling back around to the advanced technology, to the truths being shown and destroyed. And so this is where you got to follow me. The Mayans were the elite of that timeline. We're cycling back around to that. So the Mayans were destroyed because they were participating in all these blood sacrifices. It was very, very, very low frequency. However, they were at the top of their advanced technology, just like the elite are here. Now, I haven't done any research in this. I don't know. All I know is what I'm getting, how this is all connected, okay? How this cycling comes back around. So what we're about to get information about is advanced technology, the advanced technology that the elite have had, the advanced technology that was around whenever the pyramids and stuff were built. Those kind of things are going to be cycling back around to us. Okay. Let me rephrase that, because it wasn't all of the Mayans. Just like it's not all of the elite, it's not all of humans are not negative. It wasn't the whole thing, but it had to be wiped out. However, I do believe that Atlantis is still operating. It's just now underwater because of evolution. So what we are doing is evolving. We went from Earth to Gaia. Gaia is the higher frequency Earth. So Earth, old Earth, is now going to be, it's still there. It's still in this timeline, if you will, but because we are raised to another frequency. For instance, I live on a higher frequency than the elite. That world is not in my world anymore, and a lot of us are feeling that way. Hence why we're moving out of cities, because the cities are the concrete jungle created as a gridlocking for the lower frequency. And like where I am in Costa Rica, this is a gridlock for a higher frequency. There isn't concrete jungle. Where I am, it's like there's a law against making it as commercialized, right? So this is a very safe place, hence why the universe moved me here. Okay, so let me try to figure out this cycling back around. So we're going to come back around to the animal sacrifice, the blood sacrifice. So what happened was the lion eats the gazelle. The gazelle and the lion made an alliance. But whenever this is where I was. When we first created, when Christ consciousness created Earth, the inhabitants, the reason it was created was for our well-being. And humans, the reason why humans were even created was to be the guardians of Earth. Mothership Earth is a docking station that thousands of stellar civilizations need on their journeys around. They also began using, coming into guardianship from the star origin to keep Earth from being completely destroyed but into lower frequencies, so that all of our star origins can still use Gaia now as their docking station, as also for our evolution. Our star origins sent us here, us star seeds come here from our origins to guard humanity, to protect Gaia, without us choosing a higher frequency, meaning not eating animals and also honoring plants, honoring animals. This is creating the new cycle, the higher frequency, the expanded consciousness, back to unity, back to Christ consciousness. Okay, so in that time, actually, when humans were first created, when the initial tribes were here, preparing this beautiful place, when they were here preparing this beautiful place, we didn't even need to eat. Okay, because in higher frequencies where our other forms are, we don't need to actually eat food for energy. We can look at food, we can look at things, and we get our energy. It's very advanced, but we are headed that direction. Some of us who maybe have done a decent amount of mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, we look at the psilocybin and we start feeling the effects of it. We know what's about to come. That's That is the expanded consciousness. That is the advanced technology that we're tapping into. That is what the medicine is for. It's the DMT. The toads, they have their medicine that we know of haven't really been around for that long. But the toads had to come in and they had to start sharing their medicine so that we could get back to this unity. We honor them and we go to them because they know that they have the medicine. And what the toad showed me, what I loved was Toad showed me today during my meditative state, getting my lashes done, was Toad has 0 predators. So, we're told if we don't eat the cows, they're just going to take over the world. Yeah, no, they're not going to be overpopulated because you're not going to have different dairies and farms and what, injecting them to procreate. Okay, so no, the world that is a programmed false belief. That is a program telling us if you don't eat the meat, if you don't eat that beautiful soul, then they're going to take over. So do your part by doing that. Absolutely not. And I know people tell me, okay, but what about the whales in the ocean? They have to eat the fish. A whale had to evolve to live in the ocean, to be able to swim in the water consistently. They had to evolve to that to survive. Whales used to be on land. If you want to really get really deep into the truths, you're going to have to unlearn a lot of bullshit. Dinosaurs they evolved. They're in higher frequencies. Okay, and remember, these are my truths. I didn't look this stuff up anywhere. Nobody told me except for my counsel, my higher self, and my remembrance from creation. These are things that I'm being downloaded with. This is my truth. And anyway, so I can't direct you to where this information comes from. You just have to trust me or not. If it resonates, it resonates. So we needed to keep many of the animals here. They're helping us, right? And so they had to evolve. So for instance, the whale had to evolve. The whale had to evolve and make an alliance with the fish that said, I need to be able to eat you so that I can survive in this way of life. The lion did with the gazelle. The buffalo did with the man. I mean, all of this is an alliance. That's why, natives, they're natives, sure, they're originals, the people the tribes that were here when the negative ETs came in and disrupted. We weren't able to look at our plants anymore and get our medicine from it because it was being tainted. And the negative ETs still are eating the humans, okay? This is a very, very, very deep, sick ritual, sacrificial ritual. And the more we wake up to the fact that we should not be eating beautiful souls, boom, your frequency raises. Boom, you're rewarded like I was by Jericho with all of this beautiful information. I'm being rewarded with remembrance because I'm staying in a high frequency, because I'm eating high frequency things. I'm consuming that. But I know in my lifetime, probably sooner than later, I am going to be able to be energized just by looking at the plants, just by staring into the sun. That's where we're headed. This is the cycle back around. We're cycling back around to where it was, to where Atlantis was, to where this beautiful, just mind-blowing technology is around us. But not everybody is going to choose it. And they're not going to stay. But like I've said in other posts, there's good people who just won't wake up in your lifetime, in my lifetime. I might not see, a sister or a cousin or my dad or something wake up to these exact truths and choose, like knowingly, intentionally choose a higher frequency. However, they're good people. And so they get the ascension pass, the heaven on earth pass. They're gonna be with us in our higher frequency. but they have to choose to evolve there. We all have to make the choice to do what needs to be done to evolve to that. Okay, so to go back into this being video number 2 about why we're choosing vegan, and I wish I had another word for that, and I want to just call it, we're making higher frequency choices of what we consume. That's it. That's better, because I feel like vegan is a very sensitive word for people, and as soon as they hear it, they're like, bleh, I'm not going to be that, and people are threatened by it, and then they're offended, and it's an ego. You're offended because your ego still wants to consume these negative things. And so let me say, when we're choosing higher frequency consumption, we're evolving. We're evolving our souls. And whenever we're seeing the truth that chicken is not going to, if we're choosing not to eat it, if we're choosing not to eat the cow, then, okay, let's stay with chicken. So if we're choosing not to eat the chicken, what we're doing is we're creating the respect and the honor system. And then what eats the chicken is going to feel that effect. So we, the humans, these beings, the ones that are the guardians, we are the guardians. We are here to protect the animals. We are here to protect the plants. We are here to protect the water. It is our responsibility to make the higher frequency choice, to start the ripple effect that sends the frequency higher, makes the frequency raise. Does that make sense? Okay. So the more we're choosing to honor them and not consume them in a blood sacrifice, not sacrifice, blood ritual, then that is creating the ripple effect. And we're all going to get to go back to the unity consciousness of being one. Like we were made, we created us to be as one, to operate, to love the earth. Because what else do cows do other than produce meat for the meat eaters? They graze. They take care of the land. They're beautiful. And they also produce milk that feeds their babies. That milk can also be made into ghee. Ghee is actually very beneficial for us. It's medicine. So we can honor the cow, use the milk, take out the lactose, and create something create medicine from the cow. That's the cow's medicine. Ghee is cow medicine. The milk is the medicine for the calf. See what I'm saying here? The chickens, they help us. I mean, think they're probably helping us if they were going back to also eating off the land without eating the other souls. I'm sure they're in some way like working out for our planting of the garden. You know, I feel like there's like something with the pecking. Okay, so I'm trying to think of other examples to help people understand this better as to how the program, it's all a program that tells you you have to eat them because it's the cycle of life. That is false. It's so false. And so every animal has a medicine. Every single animal has a medicine. Every single plant is a medicine. All of them. And whenever we can go back to that oneness, back to that honor system, back to the beauty of medicine and seeing the world as we are the creators and we created the medicine for us. Unity, oneness, compounds. We compound. It's the ripple effect. And the other thing is, in higher frequencies, the animals don't eat the animals. That's only in the 3D. They are literally here, 3D and lower. They're literally in those dimensions. Some of them are trapped in this sick game, but they're trapped because of us. We can free them, just like we can free ourselves from the trap. Freeing ourselves from the trap is choosing higher frequency. Choosing higher frequency is honoring the soul. Choosing higher frequency is consuming the plant, consuming The plant wants us to consume it. The plant, how does it feed? It feeds from the sun. The sun is food. The sun is here for us. The sun is medicine. We receive that sun medicine through the plant. It is all about frequency. Every single little bitty bit is frequency. And so the more we make high frequency choices, the faster we evolve. The more we make high frequency choices, the more that we are releasing that we're in a enslavement. Everything is just trapped, and it is us as the guardians. It's our responsibility to make the high frequency choices and to go back and remember the oneness that we created, what we created all of this for. Right? I want to talk about creation. I just don't know. I just don't know if it's time.